Hello, episode 7 is done and dusted. So if you don't know who went out, go watch it first. But we had two people go out. And rather than wait till halfway through the episode before actually saying it, we had two of the internationals go out. Cass and Ben Tommy. But you were right, there was going to be an episode with two people going out.
Not often I'm right, but I will cherish this moment.
And this was it. I should listen to you more often.
No, you really shouldn't.
And it was kind of obvious that something was up pretty early on because we got through the first bit of the episode in about 25 minutes, I think, of like a 90-minute episode, or, on free-to-air at least, 90 minutes. So there was heaps to come.
Yeah, and actually I remember because I had to step away just for one short part between two ad breaks, and when I came back, it was just coming back from an ad break, so I didn't actually miss much. But you filled me in on everything that happened. But you were like, "Oh, I saw in the chat before I even saw the TV.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this is going to be an amazing tribal council. If the show's going to end at 8 o'clock.
It's going to be a double, or it's going to be like a tie, or double, or.
So
we started out with Luke and Janine kind of getting on the same page after they didn't vote together last time. The Aussies sort of seemed in a bit of a shambles. Shani and Luke seeming a bit exposed by the fact that they voted for Sari when Sari and Parvati were still in a power position.
Which she was not happy about.
No.
Yeah,
and Shani looked, definitely exposed after she'd sort of gone back on the people she voted with the episode before.
And Luke had a sit down with Sari and just basically said, "Yeah, I voted for you." And he said, "Look, I'm sorry." And I don't know.
He said they sort of got told to, right?
Yeah.
And that he was just following what he was told, basically.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how that went
that's
with
right.
Sari,
he was saying that it was the international crew of Tommy, Lisa, and Cass that told him to vote Sari. But they later on at Tribal Council said, "No, we never said that."
I can't remember who it was
him.
who actually brought up. It was him that brought
yeah.
up her name, was it? Yeah.
Yeah. And that was that moment I remember in that episode where he said, "How about Sari?" And they showed Lisa's face, and it's like, no, I don't think she's voting Sari.
There's been lots of moments in this series where people give up information, to get trust, and then very quickly afterwards, people turn around and use it against them. So, yeah, but they didn't specifically call him out for that, did they? I don't think so.
No, it was actually no, they did not. So he had the talk with Sari, and she was like, "Okay, I forgive, but I ain't gonna forget."
No, but I mean, of course, you have to grovel a bit. That's what you do, and maybe it'll make some impact somewhere. But I don't think I forgot.
Again, there wasn't much fallout from Kirby.
No,
Cass was pretty happy about
who was going to be the fallout. I mean, it was basically Kirby. I mean, the only other person that could have been a fallout is if Shani had have voted with them. Like, she was the other one in that 4. But I mean, who else was there to back her up? Kirby really just sort of got entranced or got a little bit smitten by Parvati, because she sort of threw everything behind it.
And it's like, well, you count on a single person there. That's probably not a good idea.
And I've seen some, post press with her, and she's very good about it. She's doesn't seem precious about it. She just keeps saying, "Well, I've done a lot of blindsiding, and now I know what it's like to be blindsided." She sounds like she would play again, which is good.
I thought she was really good, but yes, I think I said early on when it looked like she was going to try and sidle up to Parvati, or if I didn't say it, I was thinking it really hard. At least that's what I'm claiming. That she might be making a mistake doing this.
Yeah, I thought she was going to be a little bit smarter. But anyway, that was the last episode. This episode, then went off to a challenge. It was a challenge. We have seen one, if not exactly like it, then a lot like it in the past, where they're sort of balancing. They're kind of like cards, but they're sort of blocks thin blocks like a house of cards
Yeah, yeah.
on a platform with a balancing rope and a balance beam.
Oh, and on the other end of the balance was a container that had holes in it that they had to pour water into, so the water's
Yeah, bucket.
constantly draining,
Yep.
and they have to do the stack and keep filling it up with water. Um, and yeah, a lot of them struggled with this, trying to
Yeah, it
take
looked like they could have
shortcuts.
been there all day, and
Yeah.
there probably only would have been maybe three of the whole cast could have done it. It felt like.
But it was really high as well. Seriously, it was quite high. Can you imagine a short person going on there being like, I can't even reach up the top there? Yeah.
Yeah, it's sort of like a combination of three or four different challenges over time that they've just combined together. But it
Mm.
is good because they're now getting in. They've moved away from the strength ones now. Now that they've gone to merge, this is what tends to happen once they've merged. They
Yeah.
move to
These are skill based ones.
many more challenges that kind of anybody could win.
Yeah.
Really,
So
that tend to be balance or composure.
yeah, and in this one, Tommy won, which was a nice change. He actually won a challenge.
He did.
Didn't help because he didn't know that a double elimination was coming up. But he was very happy to win that. And good on him. Good on him. And you know what? I actually thought he played pretty well today.
Yeah.
But that was probably they showed a lot of footage of him, which is probably a sign that he's going to go. Yeah.
I think I think there was a bit when we were chatting as well where Cass said something as well, and I said, "Oh, that seems like the sort of thing they would show on might have been him on an edit where someone goes." I can't remember what it was now. I have to go back and look. But they get back. They've as well as that, there was a reward portion of it.
Yes.
That was the same thing, wasn't it? Yeah.
Sorry. The reward was the note from the previous day's challenge that Cass got. Yes, I completely forgot about that. So this was like a little bed and breakfast thing. Well, not a bed and breakfast, just a little spa thing for Cass, and she could choose 3 other people to go with her.
Yeah.
And for some reason, I do not know why she did this, she chose Parvati, Sari, and Tommy.
Always very contentious which who you choose to go with you. They often think it's a good idea to leave an ally back at camp if there's someone that you trust and won't get too pissed off about being left behind. Because if you just leave your enemies behind, you're in all sorts of trouble. But it often really depends on what the numbers are. They'll often get you to choose a minority of people in the overall. So you're leaving a majority back at camp. So then it's a real test.
So in this case, it was the same number, though, wasn't it? Yeah. It was the same number.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's often, do you take your allies or are you going to piss off an ally if you don't take them? And who do you leave behind? Or if you're trying to win someone over, do you take them? But it was sort of fairly straightforward this time.
Yeah, so at the spa, they discussed that they're going to vote for Shani. Gee, that didn't last long, did it?
Very, very little Shani in this episode again. I'm sort of struggling to see her winning it, to be honest, because she's had a few episodes where they haven't really covered her a heck of a lot, which was how I'd felt about Tommy all along, to be honest. Cass was a surprise to me. She seemed like she could have won.
Yes, and we'll get to what happened with Cass. Yeah.
So while they're all at Spa, back at the tribe, they're like, well, hey, we've got this chest here. Why don't we just bust it open? And here's where I can tell you a little bit of history. Normally, everyone, has to find the key, unlock it. But there was a couple of seasons ago in an Australian one where one guy, his name was Mark, I believe. Oh, no, I might have got it wrong. Anyway, where he just decided before anyone could kind of stop him, before any producers could sort of say, "Oh no, that's not in the rules" or anything.
Picked it up and smashed it.
He just like busted it. It's like, well, what are you going to do? They're not going to put it back together. And that was one you were supposed to find a key for.
Yep.
But he just busted it open. So maybe Luke had seen that and he was like, well, if no one's going to tell me not to do it, I'm just going to bust it.
But in hindsight, I mean, the key had already been found. It had already been opened. So there was no real possibility of anything.
And honestly, it was better TV for him to bust it open anyway. Yes. So even if they might have otherwise stopped him if it was still live, they chose not to in this case.
And
they knew that some sort of immunity or advantage.
Was out
Something
there.
had already been found, but they didn't know who it was.
Mm. They surely knew that it was Parvati and Siri who had it. Surely they knew. Yeah. So after that, they all went to tribal council, didn't they?
Yeah, all of that was in like
Happened very
25
quickly.
minutes.
Yeah. I didn't really show a lot of discussion beforehand.
There was. That was the little bit that you missed, actually.
Oh, okay, yeah.
The main thing that happened was that the internationals were sort of talking to each other, and Tommy had raised the idea of going after Parvati because he knew that they needed to split them up at some point. He's like, I think he said I rather than we. He's like, I want to get someone on my resume. We're running out of time to do it. And obviously because Lisa's being close with Sari, she knew she knew that they needed to be split up as well. She wanted to do stuff, but she also wanted to be able to go back to Sari, I think, and say that I wasn't part of the vote to vote out sort of your number one. So she goes fairly late in the piece, not long before tribal, and goes to Janine and Luke and says, here's what's happening. And almost the very last thing she said is she sort of calls them back and says, so this is definitely happening, but just so you know, I'm not going to vote for it. And Luke, who was already a little bit skeptical, I think, about being engaged so late after they'd not talked to them at all the whole way through prior to tribal, even though that they wanted to talk to them, he was like, yeah, that's sus as. I can't believe she would sort of have the front to come to us now and try to get us to do this when she's not even going to do it herself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which comes up in tribal council pretty much
did.
straight away. So he leaves out the part that it was actually Tommy's idea.
Yeah,
because it was actually Lisa that came to the. I need to bring my list up. While I was watching the show earlier, I was trying to send you a message and I couldn't remember Lisa's name. Okay, I got.
He might have deliberately left it out, but also, the stuff being said all the time. He might have. It may have been deliberate that he left it out. Or he might have just forgotten that she said that in what was probably a long conversation.
So yeah, he just comes out and says they're gunning for you. To Parvati.
Yeah. And why wouldn't he? Like, they're on the bottom, of course. When he did it, I thought, that's pretty good. Because a bit like when Janine was talking to Sari and sort of raising doubts in her mind, Janine timed it very well at a time when Sari was starting to have those doubts herself, and Janine sort of played it up a little bit. And the same thing happened here. Like, Parvati was already a little bit worried because Parvati had spotted, by the way, that there were lots of conversations going on between, or at least, it looked like a serious conversation between Lisa and Janine and Luke. So she was already worried.
Lisa, yep.
And then Luke was like, well, yeah, here's what happened. And then that sent her into a bit of a spiral.
Yeah, so Luke specifically said, you can just come over and tell us who to vote for. We're not doing that.
Yeah. Mind you, I say it sent Parvati into a spiral, but she was dead on. Again, like, she's just got such a good read of what things look like when things are going against someone. And she read very correctly that there were people after her.
Yeah, so I won because obviously we don't see every conversation that happens, but I'd think that the people
far from it.
Yeah, I would think that when people don't talk to you, that's usually a sign that you're the target.
Yes, or when they say, "Oh, we haven't decided yet."
Yeah. But
and again, I know. We only see a small bit of tribal council, but I've heard in other places, they can go on for like 90 minutes or something. They only show us very small parts of it. Sometimes they're short, sometimes they're long, but we only see a small part of it. But at least very early in the edit, when Jonathan's still asking questions, Janine's already talking to Luke while Parvati's talking at the other end. So, she suspects something's going on very early.
Yeah, so there are a lot of conversations in that first vote. So many.
Hard to keep up.
Yeah, I was just like, oh my god, who are we voting for now? Sorry. And Lisa...
Sari looks a bit bamboozled as well.
Lisa just being the passive player again. I don't know, is she going to win just being completely passive and just not doing anything.
For reasons that will come up later, I find it something pretty amazing would have to happen, I think, for her to win now. I feel like it could still happen, but it's got.
I think if it came to final council, nobody would vote for her. Sorry, the judges, whatever they
the jury, yeah,
the jury, because everybody would just be, no, you did nothing. We're not giving you this.
Yeah, I mean, she was kind of, well, both her and Sari were playing both the internationals and the US, so they were in the middle of it a little bit. But yeah, she has been pretty passive.
Well, based on the preview of the next episode, it looks like she's going all guns blazing now. She's realised, shit, I'm a target. But okay, all right. So I want to finish the rest of the episode before we get to that. Yeah.
Well, first vote out first.
Yeah. So they go to vote. Oh, so there was the part where
before that,
Cass pulls out her immunity idol.
Parvati.
And Parvati pulls out her scroll and says,
before that, even, Parvati says, I've got this idol, I'm playing it. It's the bit we saw at the end of last week.
Oh, that's right, yes.
I'm playing it for either me or Sari.
Yeah, so she hasn't actually played it yet, but she's just showing her intent that she's going to play it, right?
Yeah.
Right? Yeah, okay.
I know earlier on in one of the other videos, I said, well, I didn't actually stop and read exactly what Parvati's thing said, but normally the way it is that once someone's played
before the vote. I remember it said on the scroll that it was before the vote.
Oh,
that she could take it. Yeah.
I thought in an earlier video you said that you thought it could happen even after someone had played it.
No, I was wrong.
But I thought maybe it could happen up until
everything comes back to balance, Michael.
This Cass starts to go pull it out of her bag, and then Parvati says, well,
and
actually,
I thought I totally thought she was going to play it on herself, and I was like, yes, you should totally do this, Cass, because they are gunning for you big time. If you don't realise this...
her name was... Yeah.
But then she tells
It turns out that, yes, Parvati could have only actually played it before the votes, it turned out.
Yeah, but then...
You go.
She tells Parvati, are you sure you want to do this? Because I'm going to play it on Lisa, so that Lisa can't get voted off.
And up to this point, I'm thinking...
Up to this point,
I thought Lisa might be going.
Yeah. I was just like, what are you doing? Have you not been part of these conversations that you're excluded from? I was seriously like, you are crazy. Surely you realise what's happening. It helps.
But then was she bluffing?
That's what I thought. I thought she would get up and then just say, no, I'm playing it on myself.
Well, once Parvati had said that, did she just say that she was playing it on Lisa, even though she had earlier not intended to?
I mean, yeah, I guess we'll find out from post eviction. Well,
I'll let you know.
Post council interviews, yeah, because I don't watch any of that.
No, I just tell you nothing. I'm going to go watch one after this too.
Okay, all right. So yeah, that happens. So Cass plays her immunity idol on Lisa, which I think was like, that's weird. But sure.
And all of a sudden, Lisa's safe, even though she looked very worried just right before that. But she was like,
Lisa this, Lisa that, before that.
And she's just going, she was essentially saying, you just can't win. I'm trying to, I'm telling everyone the truth. The thing I was doing, she didn't say it, but in her mind, the thing she was doing was actually trying to help save someone of her allies. But now they've come for her because of the way she did it, essentially.
She did get a chance to talk to Parvati, where she told her what had happened, that it was actually Tommy that tabled the idea.
And I don't know, again, I don't know whether Parvati could read that she at least felt that she was telling the truth. Just in the look on her face. But it must be so hard to make that read when people are doing that to you.
She's very good at reading
done it
people.
To plenty of other people, yeah.
But so the vote goes, and it is Cass of all people.
And remember, Parvati was had already been. Oh, actually, who was it who told her that Cass was after her? Oh, who was that? Was it Janine? Remember, it was only a couple of episodes ago, and it was basically a lie. that someone told Parvati. I think it was Janine.
Jeez,
Told
Janine's turned out
Parvati
pretty
that,
good, don't you think?
yeah.
You had a
So
low opinion
Cass,
of her earlier on.
yeah, she just seemed to be not doing a heck of a lot
Yes,
and playing it
but I think
fairly straight.
she's doing a lot now. She's in the
Mm.
game.
'Cause I think that was one of the main reasons that Parvati was distrustful of her, that had got talked up. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, Cass is gone. She's just totally gone, and then we come back from a commercial, and we find out actually you're going to do another challenge. A different person is going to be immune, and we're going to vote again.
And that makes it with half an hour left.
Yes, yeah, and I was like, okay, so this challenge. Okay,
And
so
the Australia one has had a kind of one of these every season of one description
a
or another,
balance
where
one.
they do it sort of just like a night challenge, like a challenge at tribal
Oh, okay.
kind of thing. Yeah,
So this challenge is like a balancing thing, and they have to put 5 balls one at a time that they have to go and get while balancing this thing using a rope. It looks
tension
so hard as
rope
they like for the first 5 minutes, first few minutes of the challenge, nobody was making progress. Like literally no one.
ever since the first ball's easy, and then almost everybody dropped their first ball, and probably half of the people who were there never got past the first ball.
Yeah, seriously, more than half. I think Parvati had one other ball on there.
I got to give it to Parvati. Like every challenge, she's like top three. She's in everyone.
She's got an amazing focus. She really does.
Yeah.
But that's what Luke showed tonight. He just had really strong focus, and we
sort of haven't seen that too much in challenges so far. Like he in his seasons, he's been pretty decent at challenges without dominating. But he pulled through.
Yeah, so he wins it. By a country mile. Seriously, there was no competition.
Parvati got about halfway, and nobody else even looked like it. Yeah.
So I think he was pretty happy because I'm fairly certain. Well, in the previous vote, he had 2 votes, so he was like, "Okay, I need to win this."
And he'd done a lot of talking in that, or at least maybe other people were doing it as well. But the edit certainly showed that he was the one who was agitating. He was the one of the 3 Aussies who was trying things. We saw sort of Shani get up and have a little bit of a conversation, but she didn't really seem to be trying anything. Janine did a little bit more, but Luke was actively trying.
Yeah,
and he was the one with an idol to play, but he didn't play it the first time round. Just like he didn't play it for his buddy David, and he didn't play it. He's hanging on to this idol.
Yeah, just got to protect himself, So I neglected to mention that during the first vote, so Luke specifically mentioned, "Look, we've been wanting to work with you, but you just refuse, so we have to do our thing." Because Parvati's accusing them, "Oh, how dare you go behind my back?" It's like, you didn't. We've been trying to work with you. You refused.
Yeah.
So what do you expect us to do? Just sit here and wait for you to pick us off? No, we'll do something.
I mean, she knows all that too. It's all drama for, you got to use things against people. And even in that first one, I kind of thought, because sometimes what will happen is if one person plays an idol, a second person who might not otherwise have played one will then go and play one, right? But because Cass had just done what she'd done, and Parvati had just revealed about her advantage. Luke, who otherwise may have played one, then, even if he wanted to, he couldn't have. So we don't even know whether or not he might have played it in the first one had Parvati not said what she said.
I have thoughts about what they showed at the end of the episode.
Okay, we'll get to that
next episode. That's related to that. Okay, so they can't. So Luke wins. Grats, Luke. Really, really, top tier effort. Really did well. So they come back. Luke's got his immunity thingy, necklace, whatever it is. I nearly said bracelet, but sure. They start discussing, and it comes out that it was actually Tommy who was going after Parvati, and he just owns it. He was just like, "Yeah, it was me. I mean, I've tried working with you from the beginning, but you just keep stonewalling me."
Because I think Lisa had already told Parvati before the first vote
yes.
That's what Lisa claimed, and it came out, and he just owned it. and which was a good move because he wasn't going to be able to back out of it at that point anyway, unless he just like totally called Lisa a liar. That probably wasn't going to work.
Yeah. So, so he talks to the international crew and says, "Let's vote for Sari." And I thought, if this goes through, she's gone.
Oh yeah. As soon as he owned up to it, I thought, oh, he's in big trouble. And then when he said, oh, we should be splitting up Sari and Parvati, and why wouldn't we go for Sari now? And I'm thinking, why wouldn't you go for Parvati now? But anyway, as soon as he said that, I thought, oh shit, no, he's totally right. Why wouldn't you do that?
That's exactly what I was thinking. It's like,
I mean, obviously Lisa's not going to want Sari out, and who was it I thought wouldn't want Parvati out? I can't remember why. But you felt like they could have gone for either of them.
Yeah, I totally thought that. I thought to myself, by default they're probably not going to choose Parvati because she's shown that she's got an idol. That's what I would have thought. But actually she never ended up playing it again.
Yeah, that's the main reason. I don't understand why knowing that she has this advantage, I don't know why you wouldn't try to take her out. Oh, that's why I thought Parvati. I thought Luke, especially holding an idol, would want to get rid of that advantage. Why? And he hasn't been trying to suck up
and
to her.
he's immune, so he can.
So I don't know why he didn't try to make it Parvati. I mean, Tommy would do it. I didn't actually record who voted for who this one to see which one Tommy went for. I really don't know
Tommy
why
Tommy definitely went for Sari.
Right, yeah. I mean, that's what he said.
Yeah.
I don't know why they didn't do that.
Yeah.
Why would Janine have... I guess maybe Janine thinks she's sort of in a little bit with Sari and... maybe Shani's a little bit the same. It just seems like a real opportunity lost.
It does seem like a massive lost opportunity because I remember when Lisa was doing her vote, she was like, "Oh, who am I going to vote for?" And she just ended up writing Janine, which is I'm like, okay, fine, tell us who you don't like.
And of course, the big thing that happens here before they go to break is that Lisa, having already been called out a lot in this tribal, then decides that she does a big speech where she's like, "Oh, I turned on some of the people that I haven't watched their season. I only watched the first episode of it, but where she said, I in the last game I played that I did win, I kind of turned on some people or didn't back up people who were on my team, and so now I think Tommy's the international who's got the best chance of winning it, and I think by international she means
not American
or Tommy." Yeah. Has got the best chance, so I want to quit so that he doesn't go. I guess she must have seen the writing on the wall that we didn't necessarily see, that he was going to be the one going.
And there's one thing that we didn't mention, that it was absolutely pissing down now. I mean, she was shouting and Jonathan was shouting back to hear you because they went to a break and came back and he's just like, okay, just so I can make sure that I can hear you because it's raining so much right now.
And during the challenge there were raindrops and stuff on the boards with the balls and everything, but and Jonathan starts doing ball puns again that he loves doing. But anyway, we get past that pretty quick, and it's just pouring rain. Yeah, and she tries to sacrifice herself so that she gets to go and they just call the tribal off.
Yeah, but Jonathan explains that this vote's still going to happen even if you leave. So, and she's like,
and you will not be part of the jury. Yeah. And
she was like, oh, well, there's no point in leaving then.
She's like, well, I can't give up my vote that I would otherwise give to Tommy. So I'll stay in.
Yeah, and...
this is the bit that I even if people might have voted for her before, I just find it really difficult to understand. I find it very difficult to understand why they would vote for her at the final tribal now, knowing
that she didn't want to be there. She was willing to just drop
out. She would have to be able to swing it that she was doing like she was trying to
attract votes or something.
Yeah, it wasn't everybody hates me, I want to quit, or it wasn't I'm starving or cold, so I want to quit. It was a different type of quit. But I mean, I was looking up on Twitter in the break after we saw she was quitting, and it was just full of people like, "No, Lisa, what are you? This is not the way."
Yeah, we were messaging on Discord. Oh my God, what's she doing?
There's people calling on the spirit of the Anzacs for our Aussie and New Zealand people. Yeah. Also, was not great. Yeah, I'm not saying it's impossible, but it seems very difficult.
So I don't know if she was doing that hoping that people would vote for her. But if it was me, I'd just be like, well, I'm not going to vote for her because
Mm.
she's not she's not an adversary really. She's just there.
Yeah. In a weaker cast, sometimes people will go, okay, anyone but me. If someone's putting their hand up, all right, let's just load on them. Anyone but me. But not with this group. They were not going to let that fly.
Yeah, that's just bizarre. But so everyone votes. The whole time I'm thinking, oh, Cerie's totally gone, and no idols got played. Not even a hint of any idols. Because
Well, why would you now? Because you think Parvati might flip it. Well, actually, I mean, Cass's one is gone. Parvati's one is gone.
no, Parvati
Luke's the
didn't
only
play
one.
hers.
She played her personal one. She. Oh, hang
Oh,
on. Didn't
I
she?
don't think she did. I think she just put it around her neck and said, "Oh, I think
Oh, you're right.
I'm gonna
She
play
didn't
this for
actually
either
play it.
myself or for Siri. I haven't decided yet." Yeah, so she still got it.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, and that was the confusing part when they showed her when just before the vote started, and I thought, is she going to play it? But then she didn't, and I was very fascinated. I just saw myself, and I think my glasses are crooked again.
Well, maybe
It's very
that's. Well, maybe that's the answer. I keep saying, well, why didn't they go for one of the two of them? I guess it was a 50-50 chance. Well, not actually 50-50, but there was a decent chance that
Yeah.
Parvati would play the idol on one of the two of them.
annoying.
That still exists now. So I don't know.
Yep, they haven't improved their
I feel like
situation at all.
Nah, you've got to take your shot there, I think.
Yeah, so they ended up voting Tommy, which was just weird. I was just like, why? Why would you
It's
do
not like
that?
it's not like he's so well connected that he's
Yeah.
a major threat or anything. Like he's with Lisa and sort of so what? Like you can probably use him as a number.
He would have been a good number as well. He would have stuck with the Aussie crew because
Yeah,
the other crew is just not working with him.
Yeah, and he just sort of stood up to Parvati and Sari, so he probably would have been willing to do stuff.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't understand it. Maybe in the post,
Maybe they were just scared of that idol.
maybe in the post thing he'll have further input or something because you're gonna have a long one to watch with two people who got kicked off the island.
Yeah. Normally those idols only go to about the last five, by the way. So we're down to 8.
Oh,
But you
so
can't
they
just
have to
hang
play
on to them and
Okay.
use them in the very last vote.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I vaguely remember something about all the idols having to get handed in. But yeah, it's just bizarre. Tommy gets voted off. I was shocked, honestly, because I was just like, this seems like the dumbest move. I do not understand what the Australian crew are doing. And Luke is like, yeah, last guy standing. And I'm like, you're an idiot. That was the total wrong move. You should not have done that. So I don't know if there were,
like it.
I don't know if there were other conversations that happened with Janine where he was like, yeah, okay, we should vote
Maybe.
Siri, but she might have been like, nah, I don't want to. I think we should vote Tommy, and he was just
You
like,
keep calling her like Siri. it's Siri. You sound
oh,
like you're
sorry,
talking
Siri
to
from The
an-
Witcher 3. Sorry.
Oh, that's who you're talking about.
Yeah, sorry, Siri. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
maybe it's that his buddies. Maybe it was that Janine and Johnny, who he was with, didn't want.
didn't want to
I
go.
know.
Sorry, yeah. Yeah, it just seems like such a missed opportunity. That power couple is still there.
Yeah. So we're down to
Um,
3 Aussies, 2 Americans, and a Kiwi.
Yeah. So I wanted to talk about so we've got 3 internationals, sorry, 3 world and 3 Australia now.
Yeah.
The structure of these teams is so similar right now. 2 players and 1 nothing on both sides.
Okay.
I know
Who's
I'm
the
calling
nothing
Shawnee
Shawnee?
a nothing, but she's
No, well, she
basically
hasn't
been a nothing.
done a lot. Yeah, I find it hard to see her winning. I find it hard to see Lisa winning. Tommy was always we hardly saw any of him in the early game, so I know it was mettering a bit, but it seemed like he was going to
He was-
get voted out at
yeah,
some
okay.
point.
I'm
That's just
disappointed.
a surprise. Luke could from here. He's done decently. I still don't think Janine wins. She's been going all right, but I don't know that she's done enough to win.
Yeah, I'm
The two
interested to see
Americans
which way it goes.
definitely still could.
I think tomorrow and the next day are definitely, well, tomorrow and the next day, of course, it's going to leave us with only a handful of people then.
It's going to leave us with like 4, probably. Well, hang on. What have we got? 8. So
Yes.
7 after
No, we've
tomorrow.
got 6 now.
Oh, 6.
Yep.
Is it 6 already?
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
We've got
6.
2 more
5
days,
after
so we'll get down
tomorrow.
to 4. So we
4
can do
after
another double.
Tuesday. Yeah. No, they'll take 4 into the last tribal. They'll vote 1 off, and then probably have a final 3.
Okay, so you said that there are going to be 10 episodes. So does that mean that the final episode is going to be next Sunday?
Yep.
Okay, all right. It's probably going to be a long one, I'm guessing. Okay, so at the end of the episode, they showed a preview of the next episode where Lisa's like, "Oh, no one's going to fuck with me," you know, that sort of thing.
Yeah, what did she say? She's like, I'm gonna. I forget what it was.
Yeah. I forget, but it was basically playing up to the camera. And it's like, well, I think it's a bit late for that sort of talk, Lisa. Basically, yeah, I don't think you're going to make it very much farther.
Yeah.
But then they
I think it was basically, I'm going to tear stuff up. Is like what she said. Yeah.
But then they showed Luke talking to Parvati, and hey, you've got that scroll that can take somebody's. I've got an idea. I think I know what.
Actually, I just thought of it. You go.
So he said to her, "Hey, you've got this scroll that can take somebody's immunity idol. Well, I've got one." So my theory is he's going to give the idol to someone else so that she'll play it against him, and then just waste it.
That's often what they do. Yeah.
Yep.
But this happens a lot especially on the later US seasons as well, where there's just heaps of idols and advantages, and these type of the US one, they call them knowledge without power.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got that right. Where there's all this bluffing about who's got it or not. So Parvati will probably read him.
I don't know. He looked pretty convincing there. It was just like, yeah, I've got one. I mean, Shield's definitely going to believe that he's got one, but she. No,
I reckon you're right that he might have handed it off, and I reckon that she might read that. I'll say more likely than not read whether or not he's handed it off.
Okay, well, I guess we'll have to wait and see until tomorrow.
Who would he give it to, though? That's another thing.
That's a good question. I mean, my guess would be, well, it's obviously going to be Shani or Janine. I don't think he would give it to Shani.
But is that the good reason to give it to her, though? Like, it puts him in a really interesting spot.
Or maybe he does a double bluff and just doesn't give it to her.
Maybe.
Oh, it's going to be interesting. Yes, it is. I'm very excited.
And it turned out I was wrong about Parvati playing hers. I thought she was going to use it to flush an idol so she knew which one to take out. Oh, I guess it's possible that she was still trying to do that, but it didn't work out that way.
No. Yeah, and I'm actually surprised that Luke has gone this far without telling anyone he's got an idol. Even Janine doesn't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and David was his best bud going in, and he was the first chance. I mean, it's a good idea to hang on to her and to not tell anyone that you've got it as well, which he's done for so long. You got to hold your nerve, but it's been smart to do it.
Yeah,
Cass
you know what?
held hers until she thought she really needed it as well, and played it. She did really need it.
Yeah, and
I think she might have been bluffing about playing it for Lisa. Actually, I think she just got.
She had a bluff called, and she had to go. It felt like she had to go through with it.
Yeah, she got played. Yeah, she did very well. She's very good in the challenges.
Yes, she was. Yeah,
got an idol, played it at the right time.
But I think it was
she was good
to take Cass out because she's very strong. She could rally those 3 international players really well, and she
could easily have won challenges at the end as well. Like Parvati, they've got to take Parvati out. How do you do it though? You're down to 6. She's going to play her idol basically this one or the next one, I think, if it's normal rules. So there's a 50-50 chance that at the next one she's playing her idol.
And she's still got her scroll.
And you've still, that's so hard. Like, she's almost certainly there at the last tribal. And you're gonna try and state that that you deserve it more than her.
Yep.
Or you have to vote her out when there are 4 people left, assuming that she didn't win the challenge at 4.
It's going to be tough.
She's in a very
she's
good
playing
spot.
very well. Yeah, I think we've been saying if when she got that take someone else's idol thing, we were both like, yeah, she's in a very good position right now.
And Luke gave it to her. Oh
Yep.
my gosh.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Another thing by the way, you know how we were saying when he sent her to that island that it was like, oh, why didn't he just send Tommy? Tommy had no money left. I've heard other people say since that he had also spent all his money at that point. There was he could have sent himself to the island potentially and got that advantage.
Wonder why he didn't do that. Oh.
It's easy in hindsight.
Yeah. Yeah, it is very easy in hindsight.
It's so tense. There's so many moments where you make one wrong word, you just jerk that rope just a little bit too hard.
Yep.
Some of the things he was saying while he was trying to balance the balls on that platform.
Yep.
Just so tense. You need to be very good, but also very lucky. That's what makes it so interesting.
Yep. Yeah, that was extremely tense. I was like, oh my, because he had like literally one ball at one end of the roller and another at the other, and I'm like,
he was reaching back for it. Where is it?
He's like, okay. I think we should probably call it there. I'm already going for 41 minutes, Michael. Sorry, viewers, but hey, apparently people are watching this stuff, so hopefully they'll stick around and actually watch it this time.
Glad.
Thank you, everyone. Until tomorrow. Yes, until tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.